ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، والصلاة والسلام على النبي الهاشمي المدني الأبطحي التهامي السيد البهي السراج المضيء الكوكب الدري صاحب الوقار والسكينة المدفون بالمدينة العبد المؤيد الرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين، حبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا المهدي المنتظر صاحب العصر والزمان، عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه وجعلنا من أعوانه وجعلنا من الشهداء بين يديه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Holy Quran, in a verse we always recite and we all know, and it is in our hearts, in our souls. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض أإله مع الله أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. الصلوات Dear respected brothers and sisters, this verse that I've recited has different segments that we need to study carefully to benefit from it. In order to do that, inshallah, I'll try my best in these coming few minutes. But one of the things when we recite the Holy Quran in any verse that we try to explore, my advice to you is to try to look at the end part of the verse. The end part of the verse is very much linked and intertwined with the beginning of the verse. So when we read أَمَّا يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ وَيَجْعَلُكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ الْأَرْضِ أَإِلَٰهٌ مَّعَ اللَّهِ. Here, is there any God you associate with Him? قَلِيلًا مَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. How little is that you reflect. The emphasis in that we have to reflect on this part. That here, there's a question. أَإِلَٰهٌ مَّعَ اللَّهِ. Do you associate with God? Why? It tells us the beginning part of the verse has a lot to do with understanding التوحيد, the oneness of Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay? In the beginning of the verse, there's أَمَّا يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ. We'll talk about it. But the last part of the verse where he says, أَإِلَٰهٌ مَّعَ اللَّهِ. Do you doubt that there is another associate with Allah Azza wa Jal? Which means what? You fail to understand the beginning part of the verse, you'll fail to understand the oneness of Allah, at-Tawheed. So what is the beginning part of the verse talking about? So we can understand it in light of Tawheed, the concept and the principle of Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Because we agreed the undeniable fact that everything in the universe, the Holy Quran, the messengers, the message, everything in the universe revolves around one specific principle. And that principle is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Nothing more, nothing less. Imamah, prophethood, message, day of judgment, this world, the hereafter, al-barzakh, everything in this universe boils down to one statement. Our tawheed according to Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, our faith according to Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, our prayers according to Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, our fastings, our obligations, our Quran, every verse of it, our narrations, around one and one only principle. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Did I make this absolutely clear? The reason we are immersed in the concept of imamah, it is because it is the true guide to Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. There are some misconceptions that we are like this because we start and stop at Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. No. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam are sufun al-najat. They are the vessels of safety. Why? They are the means to save us. For what purpose? Because they will deliver to us the meaning of Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. In this vast ocean of knowledge and of thoughts, Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam is that thought that will take us through all the waves that may rock the boat in order for us to understand the meaning of Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Sufunun najat. Why? Because they will take the principles at the level of thought and explain it to us and then show us how we should feel in our hearts and how we should behave in our lives. According to what? Tawheed. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. When you do things in your life knowing there is no God except He, meaning what? It means you do things knowing that everything in your universe, everything in yourself, every nerve of you, every cell in you says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Which means what? It means you bear witness that everything in you, all of you, go back to Allah Azza wa Jal. Absolute, in-depth dependency on Him. Which means there is no cell in you that cannot and does not see Him at all times. Every atom, every worth in you sees Allah Azza wa Jal. So you bear witness, إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. You bear witness that Allah al-Hayy al-Qayyum, لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. You bear witness everything about Allah Azza wa Jal, the absolute dependency on Him. When you bear witness the absolute dependency and you understand it, every bit of your life depends on Him. And that is why, if we look at the person that manifests this understanding of dependency, what happens to him, to this person? He understands that every breath in him, everything is requiring Allah Azza wa Jal. I cannot breathe without Allah Azza wa Jal allowing that breath to exist in me. I cannot talk, I cannot walk unless Allah Azza wa Jal permits that to happen. Look at the dependency and the overwhelming presence of Allah in me. Without Him, I cease to exist. If one instant in my life, He is not manifesting being to me, I do not become. If I do not become, it means I am not there. If I'm not there, I cease to exist. If I am truly aware of Allah Azza wa Jal in all aspects of my being, it means I am all the time aware. Look at what I have. Look at my hands. Do you think if Allah continuously, every move of my hand, even when I feel it's not moving, it's moving. Why? Because Allah instated another being that moves everything. That is time. What is that being? Time. Do you see time? Do you see time? Put your hands on time. Can you point out where time is? Subhanallah. It's a concept that exists in our minds in reference to the moving of every matter. Right or wrong? But where does matter start and begin? I want to take you on a mental trip right now. Where does matter start and end? To tell me everything is matter, so you tell me there is everything. Right or wrong? With me so far? To tell me there is everything. There is everything. Does it mean there is nothing? If there exists everything, could there exist something called nothing? Could there exist something called nothing? What, stumbled you here? To say there is everything, could there be nothing? If you tell me there is no nothing, you just proved to me there is nothing because you said there is no thing. Right or wrong? But to say there is nothing is to say something exists but does not exist, and that's contradiction which is completely rejected. But I say the following. The concept of nothing or does not exist, the concept of non-existence, does it exist in the real world? No, because it's non-existence. But it's a pointer that exists in our minds to reference to something that exists. I see, listen, let me make it very clear. In the outside world, in reality, there is only existence. There is only what exists. Right or wrong? With me so far? You cannot tell me there exists something that doesn't exist. Complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. If it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. But you tell me, you just told me it doesn't exist. Yes, it's a reference point in my mind. that I say, this concept does not exist. It only exists in our mind. Our mind has the capability to assign non-existence to concepts that exist. For example, what is a lie? To lie is to do what? Not to say the truth. So in reality, it's a non-existent. So when I tell you I lied, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that I said something that does not exist. No, I said something that exists, but it is not true to the reality outside. And that is why what exists in this universe is only good. But when we start comparing things to one another, we extrapolate the concept of evil. Only goodness exists in this universe. There is no such thing as Allah creates evil. It is our doing when creation of Allah Azza wa Jal start doing things. For example, let's take a knife. Let's take a sheep. Let's take a human being. And let's take the act of slaughtering. Is slaughtering good or evil? Well, it all depends on what? The actual act of slaughtering a sheep itself does not carry the value of good or evil. Itself. Because sheep is good. The knife is good. A human is good. But it's when the human being takes a knife to slaughter a sheep, if he is not doing in accordance to the rules of God, it becomes what? Evil. If he does it in accordance to the rules of God, it's good. Do you see that? And that's why evil and good in that reference, it is a reference of the work of mankind, not Allah Azza wa Jal. So we are the ones that are creating and doing the evil acts. Allah Azza wa Jal does not do any evil. Allah Azza wa Jal only does good. Evil is the absence of the good. And therefore, when it comes to Allah Azza wa Jal, He becomes the manifestation, the source of manifestation of every and all good. And that's why, look at anything you guys have. Pick any form of good that you do. Love. Where did we get love from? From Allah. He is the absolute, though. When I give love, when I give care, when I do any good, I do it in reference to Allah. Does it independently. And my learning of these attributes came from Allah Azza wa Jal. And that is why when I know of any goodness, I become what? A manifestation of Allah's attributes. Mercy, Allah is the all-merciful. How far can I push my mercy? Even to the one who tried to kill me, like Amir al-Mu'min alayhi salam towards Ibn Muljam. See, he was caring about his killer, murderer. Why? Like Allah Azza wa Jal cares for the one who sins against him. Imam Ali alayhi salam became what? A manifestation of Allah's attribute on this earth. To the level that no one else bears. When we look at our imams, therefore, they are what? Khalifatan fil ard. Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. I'm putting on this earth a khalifa. A representative. So this representative, no one in this universe can top him when it comes to manifesting the attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal. So if there is any good, you'll find it in that Khalifa. He is the center of all goodness through which everything bursts and manifests from. That is why he became what? The guide. Al-Hadi, Al-Bashir, Al-Nadir. Why? Because he is the one who is reflecting all of this. And that is why, when this person who reached this level, why? As we mentioned the days before, because of his sabr, patience, and because of his yaqeen, certitude. When these two are at their maximum in a human being, that human being is the one we call the Imam of the time. And therefore, the Imam of the time is continuously also in a progression state. The Imam is not in a state of non-movement. No, he is moving all the time. Why? Because even the Imam of the time, Salamullahi ta'ala alayhi, even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, with all of his attributes, with all of his goodness, you think the Prophet is at a level of absolute perfection? Now I'm going to get you guys thinking, ooh, hold on, is he going to talk about the Asma? Listen, think with me carefully. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam is the highest form of perfection when it comes to any creation. But in reference to Allah, what is he? Definitely, he is in need of what? Of also, when we talk about the concept of perfection, it's a concept that allows growth, regardless. I'll give you one very quick example. Look at this air conditioner here. What color is it? What color? White. Look at that door. What color is that? Look at that clock. What color is that? They're all white, right? Which one is more whiter? Which one? Excellent. The prophets, Yusuf, Musa, Isa, Adam, Noah, they're all perfect. They're all immaculate. But which one of them is the most immaculate of them? Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They're all perfect. They're all white. Which one is the most? They are all immaculate. They don't commit sin. But it's not about committing sin now. It's about reaching closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal at a level no one else. Because once you are alive, once you exist, by the way, not only alive in this domain, in this world, but exist in any domain, you're continuously what? Trying to reach closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal. Right or wrong? Allah Azza wa Jal, is He limited? He's unlimited. It means what? He's absolute. Means what? There is no beginning and end to Him. Means what? That you're always seeking closeness. Means what? No matter who you are, you're continuously trying to improve in your closeness to Allah Azza wa Jal. Because your closeness to Him is not a physical state, but it's the state of the mind. And when we, with our intellect, try to tap into the absolute intellect, we become what? A drop in an ocean. Even if you're the ma'soom. The ma'soom leads it at the highest state. And that's why they become our guides. And that's why they become sufun al-najat. That's why they are the vessels of safety in this vast ocean. The absolute intellect. Does it make sense? I can feel someone tell me this is not fair. Before iftar, you talk like this. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Imagine understanding and knowing Allah Azza wa Jal at that level. See, there's a difference when I say, Ya Rahman, and there's a difference when I understand and I'm calling the Rahman Himself. See, when I say Rahman, I understand an attribute called Rahman, called mercy. And then I try to understand, I know Allah, I know of Allah, the one who created me, and I say, in my mind, I bring mercy and I give Allah that attribute. And that, by the way, in the teachings of Imam Ali alayhi salam, is not tawheed. Imam Ali alayhi salam says in his first sermon, you cannot take the attribute and add it to Allah Azza wa Jal. No. When we look at Allah Azza wa Jal and address the essence, which no one knows, Ya man la ya'lamu ma huwa illa hu. Only He knows Him. So the essence is done. We don't talk about it. But when we want to address Allah Azza wa Jal, we look and we say this essence, since He is the source of manifesting any attribute, and I need mercy, then He is all merciful at all time. But my shortcoming is I cannot see Him but in a unidirection, one unit at a time. I cannot see Him وَلَا يُحِيطُونَ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنْ we cannot encompass Him. We have to take Him one attribute at a time. But in reality, Allah Azza wa Jal, is all mercy, all giving, all caring, all absolute attributes at all time from all aspects. He is not at one point giving, caring, and another. No, He is all at all times. When I address Him, O merciful, knowing, understanding the merciful I am calling upon, I shall never be rejected my request. So when I understand need in reference to Allah, my need in reference to Him, because He is al-Ghani, He is void of any need. If I know how to ask Him that way, my prayers will be answered. So when we say, أَمَّا يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ, who He hears the cry of the muttar. Who is the muttar? Muttar is anguish, constrained, distressed, oppressed, wrong, desperate, etc. Ultimately means someone who is in absolute need. The more you can project that absolute need in you, the more you're getting closer to addressing this verse. And who can project and manifest this need? It is the best at projecting and manifesting the attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal. And who is that? The Imam of the time, salamullahi ta'ala alayh. And that is why, O He who answers the call of the 12th Imam. وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوء, and then what? Relieves the suffering. وَيَجْعَلُكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ الْأَرْضِ. Upon the answer of the call of the Imam of the time, He makes us what? Trustees on this earth. Not Khalifa, Khulafa. Khulafa al-Ard. So eventually, Allah is saying that there will be a call, a prayer answered, that the Imam alayhi salam and those in his or with him, they become the trustees on earth. Ilahumma Allah. And that means that at that point is the manifestation of Tawheed. Now it links the Imam of the time to the oneness of Allah Azza wa Jal. That without understanding there must be this person that projects the need. You have to understand that what? You will be missing on Tawheed. Let me give you another example. See, and this to get the picture a little bit closer. I need your undivided attention on this example. We listen and hear in the du'as and supplication, the Imams say, I have committed such, I have done such, I have... And we know the Imam is immaculate. How could he reference sin to him? Number one, we can explain it that sin to the Imam is not the sin to us. A sin to the Imam alayhi salam is not doing something haram. Wal'iyadu billah. No, that's completely out of the question. But see, when we say this is white and that's white, the level of perfection can be attained higher. Meaning what? Meaning the desire of doing something suitable. If you're standing, if let's say there is a king right now, a president, a minister, someone of high importance and status, and you're standing because you're addressing your need. And imagine when you stood up and you were like doing this. Is it appropriate to do such thing in front of a such character, they tell you it's not proper etiquette, right or wrong. So he didn't do something wrong or haram or anything, but it's not appropriate. What should you have done? You should have stood in a very polite manner, in a very polite way, and addressed this person. Could you have done it better? Of course. You could have moved a lot less. You could have shown your state a lot more attentive. You could have improved. You're not doing anything wrong in the first place. Imagine when it comes to Allah Azza wa Jal and His worship. That not even an instant. We know that the Imam ﷺ is never disconnected from Allah Azza wa Jal. But his connection, could it be more better? It's Allah. Of course it could always be more better. If you're referencing the Imam to Allah, of course, you could always improve. But what? You improve in the domain of perfection. So it's always perfect. That's one explanation, but there's a different explanation. Let me explain it to you and give me your undivided attention on this one. All we are today, you and I and every creation, is from Allah. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Really keep up with me. This is the last few minutes. I think that tonight's the last lecture. Tomorrow we have a very brief speech. So I want to leave you with a good thought here. So squeeze that energy, pull it together, these juices in your minds, and inshallah, we finish. There's a brief thing and salah, and then we eat. When everything in this universe came from Allah Azza wa Jal, the source is what? Allah. Allah Azza wa Jal knew of it before it is created or didn't? Did He or did He not? What is the answer? What is the answer? Listen, if you don't give me the answer, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to talk. I don't care the program doesn't start. I don't care this is important. If you don't understand this, your prayer is questionable. You need to stand before God knowing Allah Azza wa Jal, before us coming to this domain, does He know of us or doesn't He know of us? Alhamdulillah, okay. As a matter of fact, it is His knowledge of us that made us exist. You and I, we see something happens and then we know of it. I came to know, right or wrong. I say, I know. But when I say God knows, is it the same as me saying I know? No, here's the difference. When I know, I need something to happen, and then I need it to happen, and then I get to know of it. But when Allah knows, it is that His knowledge makes things happen. Because His knowledge is without what? Need. See, we took any kind of deficiency in the attribute and we gave it to Allah Azza wa Jal. What is deficiency? Is need. Allah knows without need. If He knows without need, that means what? He does not need anything to be for Him to know. It means what? If He knows of it before it's happening, it means that His knowledge calls them to happen. Which means what? It is when Allah manifests His knowledge, we become. Which means what? That Allah Azza wa Jal's knowledge becomes what? Presence and existence in this universe because He wills it to happen. Now let me ask you here. There's something very important. In this universe right today, if I want to deploy anything, let's say I have a program. How many of you have a cell phone? Oh, come on. None of you have a cell phone now? Seriously? And the question is, who does not have a cell phone? Raise your hand. Okay, there you go. Keep it this way. Until like you're 15, 16, don't have a cell phone. If there is an upgrade or an update from your cell phone provider, do I have to go? I'm a cell phone provider. What's the name? Vodafone, is it called? Yeah. Do I have to say, can you please give me your phone here, let me upgrade it, give me your phone, let me upgrade it, give me your phone, let me upgrade it? What happens? There is one central point. That central point gives the upgrade. The upgrade then does what? Sends it to every phone. Right or wrong? If you think of anything in this universe, it has to start from a singular point. If it is something that is distributed, it has to start from what? A central point. Right or wrong? So in our mechanism, the way we think, it's built in a point of singularity through which distribution takes place. Why do we change it when it comes to creation? When it comes to creation, the single point of distribution through which everything is manifested, there are means. There has to be means, right or wrong? There has to be a way. Allah the Almighty, the one void of any need, to start to give and to manifest and to emanate. To emanate, to give existence, to shower existence, to shine existence, so everything in the universe gets that existence. Simply, He chose something, whatever it is, it will be something that has and is given such an intellect to enable it to receive that from the Almighty Allah Azza wa Jal. So it is the best at anything it has, since it is the means before the all absolute and every other being, and it itself is a being. It has to be the absolute form of perfection in the realm and domain of contingencies or creation. And it has to be a single point. If it is as such, and it is as such, simply we say that creation from which every other creation started is what we call the best of creation, the all intellect, the first light, and the first creation to be, and it is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. In the form of light, in the form of being at that state, and from him everything else started. And the way it started is through Muhammadun, through Fatimata wa abiha wa ba'liha wa baniha. And they are at that state, in that domain, are as such in the realm of light, in the realm and domain of this world. We know them as Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, as Ali alayhi salam, as Fatima, as Al-Hasan and Al-Hussein alayhi salam. Now, they reflected everything. Let me give you another example. And I know I'm going to pass my time. So it's the last night. What can they do? Not let me talk tomorrow? That's fine. So that's a challenge. With the Hoja, oh my God. So I might need some bodyguards when I leave here tonight. So imagine you stand in front of a mirror. Imagine you stand in front of a mirror. What you see in the mirror, is that you or not? Is that you or not? It is and it's not. It is you in all of you, but it's not reality you. Right or wrong? I mean, definitely it's you. It's not someone else. But it's not you, the real you. Right? When we talk about Allah's knowledge, is Allah's knowledge tangible? We are tangible, but is His knowledge really, really tangible? This becomes hard, and it's not time, with a lack of time, to explain, but I'll give you a hint to start thinking about it. It's like the mirror. Allah Azza wa Jal, the reality, it's outside, but it's inside. That is why nothing escapes His presence. And He's and then there is a mirror. The mirror reflects whatever His knowledge is, that He wills to manifest in it. Okay? what's in the mirror real or not? Yes, of course it's real. It's a manifestation of His knowledge. But at the same time, can you hold it? Can you catch it? But it's real. And that's where we say the true only reality is Allah Azza wa Jal. And He manifests everything. And that's why He's with us, in us, around us. Yet there is no inside and outside with Him. The question is, there still needs to be a mirror. The mirror that projects everything. The mirror that without everything ceases to exist. And that's what we mean by the Imam of the time. If it wasn't for the Imam, everything would cease to exist. And that's why the Imam becomes the mirror. Why? Because he supplicates and he prays on behalf of all the knowledge that he manifests, asking the source of the knowledge to forgive whatever is being manifested. Got it? That is why the Imam Salamullahi Ta'ala alayh is the carrier. حَمَلَةَ عِلْمِ اللَّهِ. They carry the knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jal. That is why they are with us all the time. That is why when we try to... listen, it is only in this century that we're trying to understand quantum physics. And still we don't understand it well. So let's not start saying, oh, come on, this is... No. The power of the mind... Give me a break. Have you seen the nuclear reaction, what it does? Few atoms. Can we even see an atom? Can we see an atom? We have to look for it under a certain... It is so hard, yet it is insignificant. And look at the energy it can create. You tell me, an atom as such, I say, yeah, it could happen. But an intellect as such as the intellect of the Imam of the time cannot bear as such. And He who created that atom can put everything in such an Imam. And that is why, dear brothers and sisters, when we talk about Ali, and when we talk about the 12th Holy Imam, when we talk about Ali, I want to share with you some poetry. The Lord sent to this earth the seal of prophets Muhammad. And to this prophet, the successor would be Ali. Let me repeat it again. I want you to be with me. The Lord sent to this earth the seal of the prophets Muhammad. And to this prophet, the successor would be... And the city of knowledge is Muhammad. And the gate to the city is... Know that the banner of praise is in the name of Muhammad. And we see the banner on the day of judgment is held by... And the pond of grace on the day will be honored by Muhammad. Yet, the one pouring the believers' water alongside him is... I don't like the way you're saying, you guys have no energy. It's Ali. And this is the way you say Ali? This is the way you say Ali? What is this? I'm having doubt. Is this a Khoja center here? Half dead? Ali brings life to whoever is completely dead. Ali. And what do we say about Ali? In a day like today, when Lady Zainab alayha salam looks around and she wants Ali. She thinks Ali. Where is Ali? Dear Father Ali. Imagine you're in the house of Ali. We miss you, Ali. We love you, Ali. In the house of Ali, the children calling Ali. Outside in the city of Kufa, you walk around, devastation, sadness for the loss of Ali. The widows are calling, Ya Ali. The children are crying, Ya Ali. The men are saying, Ya Ali. Lady Zainab, tears in every drop, it's written, Ya Ali. Al-Hassan alayhi salam, with the heart full of pain, calls and echoes, Ya Ali. Imam Hussein, even with the thought of Karbala, recites in the loudest of voices, Ya Ali. The children in Kufa walking around thinking, who will quench their thirst tonight? They remember only Ali. The needy who is left alone tonight, utter the word together, Ya Ali. The distressed call upon no one else by saying, Ya Ali. Those in pain, who would heal them but the word when they say, Ya Ali. Today, tonight, tomorrow, before and forever, you and I, who takes our hearts, soothes the pain when we need, except the word, Ya Ali. When we are alone, when we are left no one to help us, when the angel of death comes to us, who else do we call and say except Ya Ali? When the angels of questioning Munkar and Nakir face us, when we go to the grave, what else do we say except Ya Ali? When we are left all alone, our family departed, our children left us, our wife, the wife leaves us, no one, our parents left us, we are all alone. What will keep us company? Just the words, Ya Ali. So many, but I seek refuge in the name Ya Ali. I stand before you, Allah, in hope, because I know I will call Ya Ali. I love you, Commander of the Faithful. You will never leave me, as I say, Ya Ali. With all my sins, with what I've done in my life, one look from you at me as I say, Ya Ali. Wallah, I know the healing of every wound in me is Ya Ali. The breath in every aspect of me says Ya Ali. Oh heaven, if you don't want me, it does not matter, because it is not you I want. It is only Ya Ali. My heaven and abode is with you, Ya Ali. I fear not the grave, because I have you with me, Ya Ali. I don't fear the questioning, because you are with me, Ya Ali. I fear not the enemies, I fear not anyone, because I have in my heart the echo so loud, Ya Ali. Wallah, oh Lord, I thank you, I'm so grateful, because I know and I mean when I say Ya Ali. Take anything and everything from me, oh Lord. Just leave one thing as I face you, stand before you, me able to say Ya Ali. I love you, Ali. I love you, Ali. Tonight I wanna say from here as I face Najaf, what do I say? Ya Ali, oh Ali, you'll never let me down, I know that for sure. So I call again and again, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali. I love you, Ali. I love you, Ali. I love you, Ali. Salawat. Al-Fatiha.